Marcus Claudius Marcellus was the eldest son of Gaius Claudius Marcellus Minor, a former Roman consul, and of Octavia Minor, sister of Caesar Augustus, and hence was Augustus a nephew. He married the emperor's daughter Julia 2 years prior to his death, and served in that same year, 25 BC, under Augustus in Hispania alongside the future emperor Tiberius. He was given preference and so was elected at an unusually young age as a curule aedile, a magistrate's office, an honor Marcellus celebrated by presenting extraordinary public games. His ambitions are said to have brought him into conflict with Agrippa and with others. He is described as the presumptive monarchic heir of Augustus, or as his beloved nephew and son-in-law. He died at California, 19 years of age, in Baiae, Campania, Italy, in 23 BC, and was buried in the mausoleum of Augustus, specific cause of death uncertain. His mother Octavia built a library in his honor, and Augustus' fondness was expressed in his funeral oration, and in naming a theatre and placing funerary statues of him. Though dying young and unproven, Marcellus' position led to his celebration by Sextus Propertius and by Virgil in the Aeneid. Birth and lineage. Marcellus, born 42 BC, was the eldest son of Augustus's sister Octavia Minor and Gaius Claudius Marcellus Minor, a former consul, and hence Augustus's nephew. He was descended through his father from Marcus Claudius Marcellus, a famous general in the Second Punic War. Advancement. Augustus had no sons, and Marcellus was one of his closest relatives. Marcellus was therefore engaged to Pompeia, daughter of Sextus Pompey, at the age of 3, when his uncle needed to solidify a peace with Sextus Pompey. Marcellus was seen often in public with Augustus as he grew older, including at his triumphs over Mark Antony and Cleopatra, and in a campaign against the Cantabre. Succession. In 25 BC, just 2 years prior to his death, Marcellus was married to Augustus' only daughter, Julia the Elder, with Agrippa officiating in Augustus's absence. On Augustus's falling ill at this period, all were expecting that Marcellus would be preferred for Augustus's successor. According to Dio Velleius, a pro-Augustan source, states that people thought that, if anything should happen to Caesar, Marcellus would be his successor in power, at the same time believing, however, that this would not fall to his lot without opposition from Marcus Agrippa. He was, we are told, a young man of noble qualities, cheerful in mind and disposition, and equal to the station for which he was being reared. According to historians, this passage supports the suggestion in Tacitus and other sources that other potential heirs such as Tiberius and Agrippa felt threatened by Marcellus's rise. After the marriage, Agrippa set out for Asia, on the pretext of commissions from the emperor, but, according to current gossip, was in fact withdrawing for the time being, on account of his secret animosity for Marcellus. In addition, Dio states that Augustus well understood that Agrippa was exceedingly beloved by the people and he preferred not to seem to be committing the supreme power to him, on his own responsibility. When he recovered, and learned that Marcellus because of this was not friendly toward Agrippa, he immediately sent the latter to Syria, so that no occasion for scoffing or for skirmishing might arise between them by their being together. And Agrippa straightway set out from the city, but did not reach Syria. Instead, acting with even more than his usual moderation, he sent his lieutenants thither, and tarried himself in Lesbos, aedileship and college of pontiffs. In the same year as his marriage, 25 BC, Marcellus served under Augustus in Spain, alongside future Emperor Tiberius. Augustus began to encourage Marcellus a political career, in 23 BC gaining him the right to be a senator among the ex-praetors, to stand for the consulship 10 years earlier than was customary, and through his election to a magistrate's office, as a curule aedile that year, at a younger age than normal, an honor that Marcellus celebrated with Augustus' approval and assistance through exceptionally magnificent games. ones that Velleius called a magnificent spectacle. According to Tacitus, Marcellus was also appointed to the College of Pontiffs by Augustus. Ambitions and death. Marcellus' ambitions are said to have brought him into conflict with Agrippa and others. He is variously described as being the presumptive monarchic heir of Augustus, or as beloved by Augustus as nephew and son-in-law, though with Agrippa preferred before him as heir. As it would come to pass, Marcellus did not live to see completed the theatre that Augustus had commissioned. He became ill in the year of his aedileship, and died soon after, at approximately 19 years of age, in Baiae, Campania, Italy. His death was ascribed to Livia, as reiterated skeptically by Cassius Dio. An ascription also followed in Robert Grave's historical novel I, Claudius. Whether he died of an infectious disease, or food or other poisoning, or another ailment is uncertain. He was buried in his uncle's mausoleum, and Augustus expressed his fondness in giving the funeral oration. His mother Octavia built a library in his honor, and Augustus completed and named the theatre of Marcellus for his lost nephew, and placed funerary statues of Marcellus. See access the 22nd of April 2015. Cassius Dio, Book 53. Penelope.uchicago.edu. Retrieved 24 April 2015. Cassius Dio, Book 53. Penelope.uchicago.edu. Retrieved 24 April 2015. Lacus Curtius Velleius Paterculus, Book 2, Chapters 59-93. Penelope.uchicago.edu. Retrieved 24 April 2015. Velleius. Dio 53, 31.4-32.1. Dio 53, 28.3. Dio states that Augustus helped by sheltering the forum during the whole summer by means of curtains stretched overhead, and had exhibited on the stage a dancer who was a knight, and also a woman of high birth. The Internet Classics Archive, The Annals by Tacitus. Classics.mit.edu. Retrieved 24 April 2015. Augustus completed it, as a memorial to him. See Dio 53, 30.5. Cassius Dio, Book 53. Penelope.uchicago.edu. Retrieved 24 April 2015. Livia, now, was accused of having caused the death of Marcellus, because he had been preferred before her sons, but the justice of this suspicion became a matter of controversy by reason of the character both of that year and of the year following, which proved so unhealthful that great numbers perished during them. Livia's responsibility for Marcellus' death via poisoning was dramatized forcefully in the subsequent television adaptation of I, Claudius. The remains of Marcellus' theatre were still standing in the 21st century. See Editors of Ebb 2015. Entry. Marcus Claudius Marcellus, Roman official, died 23 BC, Op. CIT. Dio, 30.5-31.3. AEN, 6.884. Aelius Donatus, Life of Virgil. Virgil.org. Retrieved 24 April 2015. Virgil recited 3 whole books for Augustus, the 2nd, 4th, and 6th, this last out of his well-known affection for Octavia, who is said to have fainted at the lines about her son, "You shall be Marcellus." Revived only with difficulty, she ordered 10,000 sesterces to be granted to Virgil for each of the verses.